Hey guys, thank you so much for stopping by to watch another episode at All I See Is W, where we talk about self-development and personal finance and investing in stocks and crypto. Now today I wanted to share with you 3 stocks that I think can have significant bull runs. We've seen the OTC market beginning to roar back again. Back in early Q1 of this year, back in February, we saw just so much small cap stocks running. However, it's been just on a downward trajectory. We know that what goes up must come down, what goes down must come up. And I firmly believe that eventually these small cap OTC plays will start catapulting, as evidenced by what we've seen with a company like Innerscope Hearing Technologies. Now, before I get into INND, just wanted to say, let's say if you're new to this channel or if you've been supporting All I See Is W, please make sure to continue hitting the like and subscribe for more related content. I really appreciate it. Let's get started. Now, INND last week alone, there was one day when it ran up by about 40%. The following day, it ran up by about 20%, driven by news how INND had just acquired Walmart's biggest supplier when it comes to selling hearing aids. That's huge news because INND will start gaining traction and start competing with the top 5 competitors in the hearing aid medical device space. And that's just going to tell you how much more INND will start growing, and it's not going away. This small little business out in Roseville, California is tapping into various areas of the United States, given that we know that hearing problems is a $1 billion sector. There's billions of patients with hearing problems. And the fact that now INND has rolled out multiple kiosks all around, partially to the United States, such as in Illinois, Chicago, other states, soon to be in like the West Coast areas, that's only going to allow for the company to gain traction. In fact, the CEO, Matthew Moore, actually had an interview today with branding of NASDAQ. And that's only just going to expose the company in terms of where it's headed and how it can really add value and drive growth and bring value to shareholders. And that's going to allow for the share price to catapult up to its prior resistance. We know that it reached 9 cents. Well, I firmly believe that it can start running very fast because we know in the OTC market, it can run significantly out of all stocks. Although when there's high risk, there's high reward. So that's my key takeaway with INND. And let's say if you're a new investor or a long investor, congratulations. We shall see the upward trajectory. And let's hope for the best. I mean, this company is adding value for patients that really can benefit from hearing aids. So that's why I firmly believe in the value of this company, even though it's been just on a downward trajectory in the previous months. Now, the next ticker I wanted to share with you is an interesting biotechnology company, and that is Skye Bioscience, a biotech company based out in San Diego, California, where it leverages cannabis. In fact, it has a bioengineered synthetic prodrug called SBI 100, where this drug is intended for glaucoma patients, where you deliver an eye drop into a patient's eye and potentially can drive down the intraocular pressure. High IOP levels is the leading cause for glaucoma, an irreversible type of disease where you can't reverse that type of damage in the eye. And we know that in the eye you have your trabecular meshwork, which has the most concentrated levels of THC receptors. And with the SBI 100, it has enzymes that is developed with the prodrug, where once it gets into the eye, the enzymes actually allows for the prodrug SBI 100 to travel through the eye towards the trabecular meshwork and bind with THC receptors to ultimately reduce the IOP levels and potentially provide neuroprotective effects. What's really going to drive the share price up with this company is the fact that it can provide therapeutic benefit when it comes to neuroprotective effects. We know that 1/3 of glaucoma patients have normal IOP levels where it can sustain life without having hypertension in the eye. However, with neuroprotective effects, that can be the preventive cause for even getting towards glaucoma, and that's going to be huge. And the fact that glaucoma is one of the leading cause for blindness, I mean, that's only going to drive more exposure towards this company, because there's only several drugs out in the market right now with latanoprost and Repressa, and SBI 100 has demonstrated that it is one of the leading drugs that can provide better results when it comes to reducing IOP on top of providing neuroprotective effects. And we shall see that data come out this year. And towards the following year in 2022, we shall see milestone achievements where it gets into phase 1 clinical trials in 2022, as well as phase 2 clinical trials in 2022. And that's only going to really bring out the value where we'll get more investors. And I think that this company, while the share price had gone up by about 25% in the prior months, it has gone down a significant downward trajectory. But now I really do think that the bull run is coming for Skye Bioscience, and that's why there's just so much new investors beginning to get in at this low cost of the current share price at 7 cents. I firmly believe that towards the end of the year, we may potentially get up to possibly 18 to 30 cents, or who knows what. The sky's the limit where we might see the run even further. So I'm looking forward to that, and I hope the best for where this company is headed. So overall, just wanted to share with you my insights on these 2 plays right now, and I hope that you enjoyed this video. And if you did, please make sure to hit the like and subscribe for more related content. I really appreciate your time, and thank you for stopping by. You all have a great day, and I'll continue to provide more opportunities on different potential plays. All right. Now, when it comes to investing, though, my strategy is making sure to have an index portfolio as well, such as having large caps, small caps, and just letting it grow year over year, right? And taking a diversified approach. And let's say when you have extra funds, you can invest in high risk companies like the ones I've just shared with you. So that's really how you can gain value from a long-term perspective. And I think that that's how you can ultimately build on your net worth. But the key takeaway is with the patience when you're buying and holding, and making sure you buy low and sell high, and not selling low and buying high, the reverse, which tends to happen to most common investors. All right, well, thank you so much, and you all have a beautiful day, and let's gain on positive proceeds and leave with an altruistic mindset. Thank you for watching. All I See Is W. Thank you.